Hey, good evening guys, it's me again Nishan and welcome to another episode of Workout From Home, episode number 15. And today, as usual, is Tuesday. Hope you guys are doing well. So today's topic, I'm going to share with you Workout From Home series, which is a series of sharing for Tuesdays. And if you just tuned in the video, today I'm going to talk about motivation and where do you find that, alright? So some people will do a little bit of workout, then they will just they watch an episode or two and after that they want to do it after for 1 or 2 days, they just don't do it. Or it can be anything in life, the good news about today is not just about working out, it can be anything in life. I'm pretty sure that what I share today, pretty much anything in life or whether it's working out, it has the very same common principles if you will. So I'm going to share with you, so what you can get today, I'm going to share with you where to find motivation, why people don't have motivation, how to find motivation, on some take-home points, maybe like how you can, to straight to the point, how the motivation can get to you. Isn't it better? Instead of you finding motivation, how motivation will get you, alright? And also at the same time, I'll discuss from time to time, do you really need motivation, or is there something that you're trying to find, alright? Not everybody needs motivation, right? So to sum it up before I start, so what motivation is, do a quick Google check just now. So motivation basically is an attitude that gives you a desire and passion to go and pursue something to your goals, right? Keyword, passion, pursue to your goals, right? So motivation, in a nutshell, do you need it? To be very frank, when you first started, some people will say yes. You hear one camp of people say yes, you need motivation. You don't have motivation, you just don't enjoy the grind or the success or anything. Then you have another camp person who say, you know what motivation is? You don't need motivation. You just need to form some good habits. Then you will find your own. Every day is your motivation. Something like that in those lines. Now, if you ask me, I would say both of these camps actually do work. We have to take a pinch of salt from both ends and merge it together and see what's best for you and me. Because at the end of the day, this video, some of you guys will need a lot of push. Some of you guys maybe just need a slap on the back. Some people just need a you can do it and you just go and do it. So everyone's, what I call the firepower will be very different, right? Some people you need to push a lot. Some people you have to talk to them, like give them D-talk, only they will walk. And last but not least, there are some people in the middle one. So the goal is not to say what you should do, this is just a suggestion. Again, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but maybe just share from experience. When I teach some of my clients or some of my clients who are working out from home, shout out to you guys by the way. You work out from home, how do you keep yourself motivated? Because when you work out from home, right, to be frank, you look all around, it's just a wall, it's the same place you go over and over again. So how do you find those motivations? So there's a lot of way to find motivation, alright? So some people, we have what I call internal and external sources, right? So internal will be defined like you talk to yourself, like, in other words, right? You tell yourself like, you know what, let's just put this example, I want to lose 10 kilos, just a pretty example. So if you internal motivate, you tell yourself like, you know what, hey Mission, I'm going to lose 10 kilos, come on, we're going to do it, right? Whatever motivation that talk to yourself, we used to be fat all this while, now is the time, we should go and kill it, go get it, something like that, right? This is called internal motivation. And then you have external motivation where you rely on external sources, kind of straightforward. So for example, someone you watch a video, you see someone from being fat to very thin, he has transformation, he has this very cinematic music and all those stuff, or you watch some success story, someone lose 10 kilos in a very quick manner, or it can be anything, or you see someone trying to be very strong and do 100 push-ups with them, so you get very amped up, you get very fired up, you want to be like them. This is called external, and call it external motivation. So now we've identified internal and external motivation. Now, sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you that person that always I can't do it, it's not my thing. If you catch yourself, just think about 10 things in your mind right now, alright? Like for example, whether it's going to bed, go to see doctor, read a book, finish a master's, do your laundry, can be anything. if out of these 10 things that I mentioned, right, 10 simple things in your life, just 10, but you find out of these 10, maybe like 7 or 8 is always a lot of hesitation, meaning it's like, I'm supposed to do laundry today, but I'm very lazy, I don't want to do it, or I'm supposed to do this, day, I don't know, day 26, learning Japanese program, right? But it's just not your, you just kind of stuck with it. You struggle a lot. You don't find those things. You find it very tough. So if you out of these 10, if 8 of these are like no, and 2 of them is just like only yes, then probably you are that kind that need a bit of push, right? These are just simple indicators. So what you can do from here is the following. I recommend. Now we put this context into weight loss, yeah, right? So let's say you want to lose some weight, you want to lose 10 kilo. So how do you find this motivation? You can rely on external motivation, means you watch those videos like how I lose 10 kilos or how I lose 20 kilos, whatever video that you watch. Those are great. However, always remember, no one get results just by watching motivational video. You got to put in the work. I know it sounds very plain straightforward. Probably you've heard 1,000 of influencers who told you this, but truth to be told, a lot of people watch a lot of special motivation video here and there. How someone, example, paralyzed, still trying to work out. But if you don't go and try to do it, oh, it's nice, you give it a nice, just scroll, then probably it's not going to work for you. So what you can do is, to be very frank, I like, did I remember talk about internal and external, right? May I suggest you a way where you can turn the internal into external and external into internal by, number one, looking in the mirror. That's about it. Go and look at the mirror, look at yourself, and that is the person that needs to tell you, hey, go and lose some weight. If your goal is to lose weight, right? You need to tell yourself things like that. Now, you don't need to really literally speak out and tell yourself, but you should at least, at a certain degree, kind of like in your mind, tell yourself, look at the mirror and say, look, are you happy with yourself? As in your body size and shape. If your answer is yes, keep going. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I know people who are very overweight and they're very happy, right? I know people who are very lean and they are very miserable. I have seen that before. So, pinch yourself. What you can do is stick to the middle. Look at yourself. Are you happy? If your answer is yes, go on. If your answer is no, ask yourself, would you like to see the change? Don't say why I cannot make the change. Ask yourself things like, how can you make a change? You say I cannot make a change, guess what's going to happen? You will never make a change. If you tell yourself, I am going to make a change, that is how it's your first step. The first step to go and get great results is to tell yourself that you are entitled for it. Just tell yourself, I'm going to lose some weight, alright? I don't know how, I'm not sure why. I don't know how, I'm not sure why, as in like, why am I doing this or what? But I just know, just maybe, when I lose the weight, I might be a little bit healthier, a little bit happier. Whatever that reason is, stick to that reason, okay? So ask your why, right? So this brings me to the point, know your why, right? Very important. Every time when you don't want to go to the gym or you don't want to work out from home, ask yourself, why you don't want to work out from home? Alright? Ask yourself, when this down, you put down. What if you do and what if you don't? So, giving you the context just now, you want to lose 10 kilos, right? So, then you ask yourself, why you want to lose weight, right? That's more, gives you a affirmation. You can go to the mirror, whatever you want to, right? Just tell yourself, why you want to lose weight. Example, you want to lose weight because you're tired of gaining a lot of weight, which is a legit reason, by the way. Go ahead, go and lose some weight, right? So when you ask, so every time you don't want to go, ask yourself, okay, you're supposed to work out today. Let's say tomorrow, Wednesday, I should work out, and it's Wednesday, and you want to work out. So what do? You can either choose to work out or not to work out, right? So you ask yourself, what if I work out? What's going to happen, right? To be frank, nothing will happen. Right? If you work out today, tomorrow probably is still the same body. But if you keep repeating over and over and over again for the next, 100 days, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year down the road, that is going to be some of the finest dividends you ever do. Okay? Remember, it's not where, as the saying goes from Zig Ziglar, he says like, you don't need to wait for grace. You don't need to start great. You don't need a great start, you just need to start great, that's all. Meaning, don't wait for the good time that when I know everything, I know how to lose weight already, then only I go. No, that's a very bad mentality. I'd rather one person make a lot of mistakes while trying to lose weight, then you will learn, because mistake is a better teacher. I know society teaches, or at least school taught us like making mistakes is bad, boo-hoo and all those things. But in the fitness world, making mistake is actually encouraged. When you make a mistake, number one, you will learn something. You will know, alright, maybe I shouldn't do this. I should do another thing instead. Or when you make a mistake, for example, you make a mistake by being not consistent. Simple thing, right? You are not consistent to the gym. When you're not consistent, then at least you learn the mistake. Alright, I used to be inconsistent. Now, what can I do to solve this problem? To fix this problem, right? So you can ask yourself questions like that, like how you want to attempt to lose weight if you do. So you want to just take the time, ask yourself, like, is losing weight even necessary for you? If you are, let's say the doctor asks you to lose weight, I think that is a very good reason really, right? Why you need that? You don't need motivation, to be very frank. This one you need a solution. So what you want to do, what's the motivation? To be frank, is the person who is standing right in front of you that is staring at you. Not me, it's you, your own self, alright? So you got to ask yourself again. I know I'm going back to the circle again, but at the end of the day, is to tell yourself, know your why. Number two, what you should do about it, right? You can have the best motivational video in the world. You have very cinematic music. You have, I don't know, for example, The Rock telling you to, oh, you're going to go to the gym, go gung-ho and all those things. But at the end of the day, if you do not put in the work, if you do not at least plan what you want to do, you are going to have straight up a bad time and you will not see results. Okay? Remember, everyone is entitled to be healthy. Nobody deserves not to be healthy, right? Lifting weights is part of the way of life to not only make you healthy, but to make you stronger as well, alright? So you need to understand context like that, right? In fact, some people actually suggest that doing exercise or even lifting weight, it should be a way of life for everybody, because everybody can benefit, which I'm actually at the camp, and I will agree with them that everyone should at least be active. You don't need to lift weights necessarily, but if you lift weights, you have more results, to be very frank. But you should at least keep yourself active, whether it's going for a walk, run, playing the sports, not e-sport, like football, basketball, swimming, jogging, even go to Zumba classes, whatever that makes you happy, right? So first, number one, after knowing your why, brings me to number two. You know your why, number two is to get moving, alright? So it can be anything, whether it's your goal, like I say, you should do a simple workout from home, whether it's to swim a little bit, and even just run on the treadmill for a few minutes, whatever, just get it from there, alright? So number one is to know your why. Two is to let you, is to let you make a move, go and make a move. You know your why, go and make a move. And then this brings you to point number three. When you make a move, number three, tell yourself, be consistent. Okay? I cannot emphasize how much that being consistent is very important. Remember, nobody eat a salad and lose weight, right? Nobody eat a salad and become thin. Vice versa, nobody eat one donut and become fat. What I'm trying to share here is, it's not that one meal that changed everything. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again, being consistent. That is going to help you, right? So if you are consistently inconsistent, you will get inconsistent result. I repeat again, if you are consistently inconsistent, you will not get consistent results. Now said, right? Because most people want to find the special trick, diet down very fast, and all those things. They find out, number one, it's not sustainable for them. They may find the best motivation in the world. However, it doesn't address them to be consistent. Meaning, if I have to settle for, let's say, the best solution, whatever your best means. Let's say if I have to find the best solution versus a third best solution, but a third best solution is more, allows you to be more sustainable, you can be more consistent. I recommend you to go to the third best instead of the best. Always remember, everybody wants best results, everybody wants quick results, not just you, myself included. Number one, if both of us can get it very fast, we'll be so happy, the whole world we can reduce obesity results, and to make things better, man, I'll be like so effective, right? I'll be highly recommended by everyone in the street and so on, right? But the fact is, it's always those long-term consistent habits that will help you to develop all these good results. So find a way to be consistent, Know your why, right? Every time, example, you don't need to be miserable too much. For example, let's say you're eating a salad, for example, right? When you eat a salad, even the salad, yes, it doesn't taste very nice, but you ask yourself, why are you eating this salad? Then your why is probably trying to lose, again, the example of losing 10 kilos. So when you want to try to lose the 10 kilo, then you understand, okay, you eat the salad because you're trying to reduce the calorie. Now, when you do all these things in the long run, that's going to be more beneficial for you. As in a sense, you know your why, then when you know your why, you get moving and then you be consistent, alright? Or it can be like, I'm committed, I try to run 5 km every day. If you can't run 5 km, remember I told you, you can't settle for the best, settle for the third best or fourth best, whatever it is, right? So for example, if you want to run 5 km, but today you only can do 500 meters, guess what? Does this mean it's a wasted workout? Absolutely not. Start 500 there. Start 500 meters. Even if it's just 200 meters, or even if it's just tying up your shoes and walking a few steps. Start somewhere, right? And at least you are doing something. It's always better than the person or the you that don't want to move and the one that is keep doubting yourself, oh yeah, can I do it? Can I not do it? Simple things like that, right? So just tell yourself to be very consistent. Okay, so at the end of the day, remember, don't settle for the worst. Don't settle for the best. Settle for something that is in the middle. Just meet in the middle. Start small. Okay, I'm going to share a little bit of this my story time. Yeah, when I first started the gym, you know what's the first exercise I did? I went to the treadmill. I ran for 5 minutes. My target initial was half an hour. 5 minutes was very overwhelming for me back then. So I ran 5 minutes, I just shower. It was at the gym now. I ran 5 minutes at the treadmill, I got tired, I just went and shower. Yes, one would debate is only 5 minutes. Now I will agree, looking back today, at that kind of speed for 5 minutes, I think most of you guys can beat me. But the point is, I get myself, I know my why, because when I stepped on the scale, I did not like it. Then I asked myself, then I decided to tell myself, you know what, I am going to make a move. Then I told myself, you know what, I'm just going to the gym. Even though I did not know whether I'll get results, but I say, at least I try. Best case scenario, I get results. Worst case scenario, I do not get results. There's nothing more to lose, right? You start from nothing, what do you lose? Nothing, right? Okay, maybe some money because of the gym membership, but that's about it. So, I started to do running, I just run 5 minutes, I got tired, I just shower. Yes, it doesn't mean anything, but if you take in the long run, right, just take into consideration in the long run, the next day I wasn't running 5. I play myself in the game. I ask myself, how can I improve? Which brings me to point number 4. So, point number 1, know your why. Point number 2, get moving. Point number 3, being consistent. You don't worry about the results, anything yet. Just tell yourself you want to be consistent. Just keep doing, right? And then step number 4. Step number 4 is you try to improve from time to time. So, putting myself in an example, first day I run for 5 minutes. The next day I told myself I just want to run an extra 1 more minute. Okay? In case you don't know, the treadmill, right, has this kind of timer like that. You choose out whatever time you want. So I used to run 5 minutes. I started 30. When it stopped at 25, I couldn't finish. So I said, alright, I'm going to try again. I clicked the half an hour button and I told myself, previously I stopped at 25 minutes something. How can I try to do it at least 24 something? To be frank, I didn't really care how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. I just tell myself, I just want to try to just improve the time a bit. And then the next day I keep going, and then the next day, third day, it was something similar. I just ask myself, how can I do it? How can I do it? How can I do it? That's about it, right? So, and then fast forward, I keep doing running, and then the next thing you know, lo and behold, in a few months' time, I could run for half an hour without too much of, I would say pain-free. Pain-free, it was still very tiring, but it was at least pain-free. If you're overweight, you understand what I'm talking about. When we run or we walk a lot, our knee will have pain, all those things. You feel me? So when you do a lot of running, at least you're pain-free, I get a bit more stamina, if you will. So these are kind of things that are good indicators that you're slowly improving, right? So the keynote is, number 1, I know my why, because I look at the scale, I wasn't very happy. I look at the mirror, I wasn't very happy. 2 is I decided to make a move. I didn't even know how to sign up a gym, I just ask what's the gym nearby, when can I start, you know, it was a part-time job like that, right? And I also asked how much the price, even the price, to be frank, it was ridiculously high back then, also I would still take it, to be very frank. But I was very thankful because the price at that time was very low. I'm not going to mention the gym, I think if you follow me, you probably know where. Third is, you just want to be consistent. Even if you get results or you don't, just go up, just show up, just try to make things happen. And then last but not least, number 4 is you want to progress over time, right? So this talk to you. It can be anything in life. For example, you want to, I don't know, you want to study for example. You want to study, get good results, right? Number 1, you need to know your why. Why you need to study? For example, if you can get your masters, right? That means you can get a better job, career, or whatever business you want to start. You know, it could be your ticket, right? That's why you know this is why I need to study. Again, these are examples, yeah. Number 2, then remember just now we say the same thing. We need to find a way how we need to make a move. So how do you make a move? Go to a university, right? Take up the courses, find a lecturer or whatever have you, right? So you make the move. You need to go to the uni, right? Or at least pick up a few books and learn, right? For example. So third is to be consistent, right? So for example, right, when you're consistent, I'm pretty sure when you go to uni, you didn't expect you're going to be like know everything, right? You just expect, right? I don't know how I'm going to learn the thing, but I'm just going to show up, let the lecturer blabber whatever he wants to blabber, and I at least take out some notes and see where I end up, right? I believe most of us will be something like that, right? So, and then number 4 is you want to progress over time. So for example, you can't be just keep studying the same chapter over and over again, right? Once you finish a good chapter, you might want to move on, or once you pass the test, see how you can go for semester 2 and so on. So as you can see what I'm talking here, these 4 principles apply to anything in life. Starting a business is the same. First, why you want to start a business? Maybe because you enjoy, I don't know, let's just say you do a clothing company, right? You enjoy the clothing company, maybe you enjoy, of course everyone wants to make money, right? Who doesn't love money? Let's say you make money, at the same time you also love promoting your clothing, right? So you decided to do a clothing apparel. Alright, now you know your why. Great. Number 2, you ask yourself why you want to, you need to make a move. How you need to make a move? Maybe you need to open a shop, find a quotation, find a supplier, whatever have you, get those invoices all in check, double check, whatever it is, right? Then go number 3. Number 3 is, you have to be consistent, right? You can't just open the shop one day and then expect a lot of money and a lot of sales, and then you close the whole 1 week. Next week, you open the shop again, expecting there's going to be sales. Not many business can do like that, right? So obviously you need to open your shop every day. There will be days there will be no business. There will be days you know nobody gives you. Nobody even know your shop exists. In Chinese we say "pak wu ying," that means so boring, a lot of fly around, right? So. And then last but not least, which is number 4, you want to progress. For example, maybe you started your clothing apparel with just one type. Example, you're selling only a dress. Maybe you want to expand, right? Maybe you can try selling kids wear, or at least still ladies wear, but maybe some sort of dress, maybe some design, or make the shop nicer, or do more flyers, do more promotion, promote more things. It's just simple things like that. So you can see all these 4 principles I talk about, it can be used in life, right? And guess what? Losing weight is nothing. It's nothing mystical or something magical. It's just doing the same thing over and over again, being consistent, and then even if you make mistakes, that's fine. Just keep learning, see where you go. So that is how you find your motivation, right? The motivation, to be frank, am I a fan of motivation? In the past, I would say yes, motivation is very important. You want to keep the fire burning. But as I get more, and I train longer and longer, my training age is expanding, I'll tell you, motivation actually is just a temporary effect. If anything, let's say you want to keep the fire burning, right? I don't even think the motivation is a gas. Motivation is just drop a small paper into the fire, just burn it out a bit more, and then that's about it. So what I'm trying to say here is that motivation is great, but motivation you just hear, most of us, I would say 90%, you hear something really hype out, you just amp up. And then after that, a few minutes later, you just fizzle out of it, right? It doesn't stick into our brain too much, right? Example, you see someone on a wheelchair, he's doing some workout, you're like, whoa, he's so cool, no excuse, those kind of things. But then after that, for 4 or 5 minutes, you'll be like, nah, they just keep scrolling, right? So that's why motivation, this one has its own flaws also. So what I recommend you, instead of having this what I call external motivation, right? Like the motivational video, or someone giving a great talk, or you see someone doing something phenomenal. Those are great, but at the end of the day, you know what's greater than whatever you watch is you yourself doing those great work as well, right? So what you want to do is to, like the 4 steps I told you: know your why, know your why, make a move, be consistent, and try to progress over time. In a nutshell, that's about it. Okay, you need to progress, because if you do the same thing over and over again, you're gonna get the same results, right? You can't just do the same thing for the next 100 over years. It's still the same. There must be some sort of changes, right? So example, if you're at the gym, let's say I put gym example, you go to the gym, right? Every day you only do cardio. Every day you do the treadmill. You do for 1 whole year already. Every day is the same speed, it's the same time, you do the same thing. You do the same thing, there's zero progression. You don't, oh I forgot, you don't even track your progress, right? You don't even know how I know, you just follow what you feel like running only, right? Until you feel tired, you get out. If you feel boring, you get out, right? So like this is very inconsistent. That's why I said when you're consistently inconsistent, you will get inconsistent results. This is where the things come in. In a nutshell, you've got to progress. So you can also progress in a lot of ways. Now, not saying external factor is not important. For example, like watching motivational video or a poster or something in magazine. That's awesome, but unfortunately it just stops there. So how do you want to, if you were to find a motivation, to be frank, you don't need a motivation too much. I personally think what you need is, you need to find something that can be a habit to you, right? Think of, I like to use this example. Again, I'm stealing this from other people's ideas, not my idea. So there's this doctor called Dr. Mike Israel, right? So he is, by the way, he's a very great professor. He shares all this knowledge and stuff. So, but I like how he gives analogies about stuff, so I share with you. Motivation is like, you don't need motivation to do everything. Again, I'm just paraphrasing, I'm not quoting it. So, for example, you brush teeth, right? If I ask you, how many times you brush, how long have you been brushing teeth? Then you saw this that I've been brushing teeth since I was small, right? Since I was a kid. Then can you imagine someone tell you like, you have been doing this for the last 20-30 years of just brushing teeth every day? You're like, yeah. And then the people say like, oh my god, you're so motivated, you're very good, you're very passionate. No. And then you would probably think about it like, I don't know, it's just a habit, right? I just plant it into it, right? Because I know if I don't brush my teeth will stink, and so on and so forth, right? So to give this analogy, what I'm trying to say here is that instead of finding this motivation, it's like brushing teeth. You want to find something that you plant as a habit. It's like brushing your teeth. It just comes so naturally to you. You're like, I don't know. So, example, right? Someone who is very successful. It doesn't have to be bodybuilding. It can be you yourself or one of my clients. This thing become a habit. She went from eating a lot of junk food to staying up late. Right now, she is like, if you go, let's joke with her. You go and eat out with her, right? You go eat out with her. She really pick her food choices very well. You know, for example, she'll tell you, oh, okay, I want to cut down. I want, example, I want this food, but I don't want so much oil with it. Can you have roasted instead? I don't want it to be fried. If I have fries, can I change fries into mashed potatoes? Can I have, instead of soft drink, can I have mineral water? So these are very good habits. As you can see, it's not very. Initially it was tough for her. But she decided to know her why, because she wanted to lose weight, right? She wanted to change this once and for all. So what she do on the next thing is, she just make a move. You know, she go to the gym. I was very fortunate because I was able to train her. So we trained her for a few months. And then after that, she's very consistent and she tried to progress. Even the food choices start to progress. She went from like having example, instead of having a soft drink, she had like some sort of fruit juice. It's still not the best thing in the world, but at least she's very conscious. You know, example, she's eating something fried, she'll peel the skin away. Those kind of simple things. But now, if you go, you eat with her, she is very, she's quite consistent and so on. So my point is, it becomes so good, it just planted into her as a habit. So in other words, I'm very sure if you ask her right now, was there a motivation for you to swap higher calorie for lower calorie food? I'm pretty sure, I don't speak for her behalf, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't need to think so much. Myself included also, like, If you bring me to you bring me to a fast food restaurant or cinema, when it comes to drinks, usually I ask if there's anything zero. This is my default go-to, right? Of course, worst case scenario, mineral water, hey, not too bad. But if you will never see me have a regular Coke one. You will see me have some sort of Diet Coke or something similar. Anything that's as zero as possible, right? So just change a little bit like that, right? Like when I go and have nasi kandar, for example, right? You will never see me like take 6 sauces all at one. My sauce is all jumbo one. You will never see me do things like that. Probably I'll just tell you know what, bro, just give me two of the guac or 2 of the sauces, and then I'm done. I don't need to banje the whole plate. Just 1 or 2 teaspoons, sorry, 1 or 2 scoops on the rice. That's about it. So as you can see, we are making changes slowly here and there. So it does not have to be too drastic. So find something that is consistent. Yes, one will debate and watch this video and say, hey, what are you going to tell people to eat nasi kandar? That is not what I mean. I'm just giving examples. Remember I told you just now earlier in the video, if you had to choose between the best solution, quote unquote best, but it's very unsustainable versus a third best idea, but you can somewhat follow it, then my suggestion is you go this one and don't go to the best solution which you cannot sustain. If you go for this one, good luck. Chances are you will not only store at a certain degree very fast. To make this even worse, when you go back to the old habit, your weight will regain back over, if not more than what you were before. So unless you want to strive for that, then be my guest, go and choose the highest one. You know what? Diet down as fast as you can. Ignore what I say in this video. Let your metabolism go all the way down. Make yourself very sad, then only you're happy. If that's your goal, I don't condone that. That's your choice, your life. For me, I'm here to promote something that's sustainable for you as a human being. Because at the end of the day, we are not machines, we're not robots. We have life one. We all have our own lives and so on, our own happenings and so on. So we can always try to integrate something in within us, right? So to be frank, I think that's about it. That's what I want to share. So to sum it up everything, first of all, do you need motivation? Yes, if you are really that lazy person, not lazy, just a lot of reasons, I'm lazy, I just don't have time, blah blah blah. Then it's good to see a motivation video. You see someone like on a wheelchair doing some workout, you get so amped up, you want to do like him. If that works for you, go ahead. But then unfortunately, motivation has its own limitation. It just buys you some time, let you hype up a while, give you some natural high if you go 2-3 minutes, and then after that you forget it. So what you can do instead is, I recommend is instead of motivation, try to create great habits. Follow the 4 simple steps that I explained, which is number 1 is you need to know your why. Once you know your why, then find a way is to make a move. Once you make a move, then continue to tell yourself, other than making a move, the next one is to be is to be consistent, and the last one is to try to progress. Pretty much that's about it, right? It can be anything in life. I gave you the example of the clothing shop, the studying a master's, getting a master's in uni, pretty much the same thing, right? So I guess that's about it, right? So if you have any questions, feel free to drop your comments below, and catch you next time. So before I end it up, maybe some bonus, if you will, right? This is where the fun part is. So if someone tell me, hey Mishan, I really want to work out, but I don't have, can give me any excuse, excuse are legit, what I'm going to share is legit, alright? No doubt, it's legit, but just giving you some food for thought, yeah? So for example, someone will tell me like, hey, this is bonus by the way, right? So they say that, hey, I want to do workout, but I don't know how to do. If you don't know how to do, number 1, go and ask, find professional help. If you cannot find professional help, a personal trainer or someone that you trust, at least find someone that you can trust. Example, you know your friend in the office that always go to the gym, just ask him, I'm trying to do this gym day, can you help me out? If your friend usually will be very good. Now, he might not have the best program in the world, but at least he still know how to go, keep himself, always consistent. So maybe you can take an idea for 2. Then you have, then after that you just try to, now the second one, people will say, oh, I don't have time, what should I do? Well, if you don't have time, are you waiting for more time? Last time I checked, every human have 24 hours, right? Nobody's going to give you a 25th hour or 27th hour, right? Me and you also have 24 hours, we run in the same day over and over again. So you have to find time. My suggestion is set your priority first. Instead of telling yourself, okay, 8 o'clock I'll work out, right? Why don't you change? Before I go to work, I work out, for example, right? Or after 7 o'clock, I finish my work, I want to work out. Don't say 7 o'clock, tell yourself after my workout, I want to work. If you tell yourself activity instead of time, it seems like it's more workable for people. So you can try this approach. And what else? I don't have workout equipment. Well, if you're still watching this one, then what's workout from home video for, right? This is why I put this workout from home video. You can use household item to work out, no doubt, right? You just need to be creative, do it properly, and progress over time and being consistent, right? And what else? Some other excuse. I don't do it because I got joint pain and knee pain and all this. So not doing anything solve the problem? Probably not also, right? So it's better to at least you move, being strong, you have a shot of getting better. One thing I assure you, not doing anything will not solve the problem. You have my word for that, right? Don't hate me, hate it on science, right? A lot of evidence have already shown you don't do anything, you do not, you don't do anything, it's not going to solve the problem. But if you do something, maybe seek for rehab, ask a professional help, which I am not a professional help on physiotherapy or anything. Ask your physiotherapy or whatever psychologist or even a chiropractor or whatever that you have, whatever resources, get help from them. Okay? So I guess I said this is the bonus, right? So I have to say who, why, when, all those things, right? Okay? So I guess that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you next time. Alright, till then, bye bye, have a good day. See you on Thursday, yeah?